Locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. I'm locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, I'm all yours. Locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, your will, your will. Locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. Have a collision with purpose, 'cause you know that you're worth it, and your dream is worth capturing. If I'm not living on purpose, then none of it is worth it. My assignment is uplifting souls for the King, souls for the King, souls for the King.
Greetings, friends of the A Collision with Purpose movement. Welcome to Bridging Generations, Voices of Men in a Changing World. I am Dr. Laxley Stephenson. This groundbreaking podcast delves into the multifaceted experiences of men across different generations. In an era where societal norms and expectations rapidly evolve, this show offers young and older men and women, I should add, a unique platform to voice their challenges, triumphs, and perspectives.
Each episode aims to foster understanding and bridge the gap between generations, exploring themes ranging from masculinity and mental health to career dynamics and personal relationships. By bringing together voices from varied age groups, the show sheds light on the commonalities and differences in the male experience, encouraging open dialogue and mutual learning. I am Dr. Garfield McCook, one of your hosts.
So whether it's a teenager grappling with the pressures of social media or a senior reflecting on our changing definitions of manhood, Bridging Generations is committed to uncovering the real stories of men navigating the complexities of a changing world. I'm one of your other co-hosts, a teenager grappling with Dr. Juan Marcel. Doc, what is going on?
Wow, what is going on? It's all happening, my brother. It's all happening. But before we go into it, let's bring Donna on, our producer, our CFO, and the woman who is in the spotlight on Bridging Generations tonight. Hi, Donna.
Lady Donna.
Hi, good evening. Good evening, Doc. Good evening.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
How'd that sound? Doc.
It sounds like, yeah, that's what I said earlier, doc.
Like a duck quacking.
There you go.
Quack.
Anyway, we ain't ducking nothing tonight. What is going on? Man, it's all happening. It's colloquium time.
Yes.
Donna just informed us that we have 4 days to go because she's not counting Saturday. It's about to go down, and it's going down. You know that song?
Yes.
That's what's happening. Wow. So Juan, Dr. Juan, what's up, man?
A lot is going on. But most importantly is preparing for this great and auspicious occasion on Saturday, the second annual colloquium, the collision with purpose. I'm excited about this. So preparing for that and just getting ready for this momentous, I'm using these words, momentous occasion. We get to sit with these unsung heroes and just fellowship, network, celebrate, recognize, acknowledge, just the beauty of our people and our communities coming together and just recognizing remarkable work.
Remarkable work. And this show, we're committing this show to the Colloquium. This show is all about the Colloquium. And Dr. McCook, you're going to be playing a very important role in the Colloquium.
Yes, sir. I was, I wouldn't say designated, but I'm going to use the word designated to be one of the speakers. And looking forward, trying to make sure that all the kinks of stage fright is out there. So when I come to present on Saturday, I'll be ready. I'm looking forward to, again, being in a company of good folks, genuine folks, I would say. And there are a lot of folks locally who have been asking about, what is this? What is this? And I said, you got to be there to understand. I'll give you some of what it entails, but it's a mixture. It's a mixture of us imparting certain experiences from other folks. It's a entertainment. It's honoring unsung heroes here in Georgia. And then last but not least, I'm working with the kids, trying to make sure we give some scholarship to well-deserved kids in a way.
Yes.
And if I can use 3 words to capture what it is, and this is Donna, right? This is Donna Colloquium. She coined it. Hope, positivity, and purpose. That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Hope, positivity, and purpose. And we're going to get into that a little bit tonight. But Donna, you started this Colloquium thing. I don't know where you got that word from, but it is so fitting. Talk to us about the origin of the word, with respect to our business here.
Yeah, so of course, a collision with purpose, right? It's all about us uplifting individuals in our community, in our circle, and just helping people to to find their purpose, or if they think they know their purpose or they're living their purpose, help them to even just align themselves, right, with their purpose, and just really having conversations with individuals about life and if they're really on the right path, what they think their life ought to be and what their life is now, if there's more that they could be doing. Are they really living a purposeful life, right? And so with that, of course, Dr. Stephenson, you went through really the birthing of A Collision with Purpose, right? And from that, we had the first book that you published, and it kind of started off like, yes, publish the book and have a normal little get together book signing type of event, and then that was just too. That was, I don't know, that's just not us. That was just too common or normal, for what we're wanting to do and the vision that we have of the organization. I think that was just, not to demean anything, but I think it was just not, our vision was a lot bigger, right? And so with that, the thoughts and the idea of having not just a book signing, but really a conference to where we can honor individuals in our community, we can provide entertainment, we can have the book launch. So it's almost like, and that's how the Colloquium became fitting for the event, is that you have a number of different things melting together under one roof that serves so many different facets of individuals' lives. You talk about the students, where we're going to have scholarships. You speak about the book that we're going to have the book launch. You're talking about, being an author, writing, and you speak about, honoring individuals in our community who they're doing humanitarian work. So all of that encompass what a colloquium is all about. You're talking about the educational part, you're talking about the entertainment part, the arts of it, and just bringing it all together under one umbrella. And that's why our event is so special and so different and so unique.
Now you see why she's on tonight.
Right?
Great explainer. Dr. Donna doing it as she always does. Anyway, let's welcome Sharon Thompson. Thanks for joining us. Paulette Thompson Ricketts, thanks for joining us. We ask that you share, because as Donna always says, sharing is what?
Caring.
So share the love, all right? Spread the love, spread the love. You know, what is interesting to me is that we have Dr. Juan on. In the first colloquium, he was a collaborator. And we also have Dr. McCook on. And in the first colloquium, he was an honoree. So Dr. McCook, what was the experience like as an honoree?
You know, you ever heard about cold sweats? Here I was on a stage, looking down, and the thing when you're on that stage, because the light is highlighting you, most time you can't see the folks. So you are there, using the term blinded by lights, but being lit to the folks that are in front of you. And the response, you know, when your name was called and you went up and you were introduced, and you know, it kind of brought home the reality that here it is, a little man from Old Harbor, Jamaica, went to Harbor View, and in the big United States of America is being recognized. So it was a warm feeling to have your family there and friends, and well-wishers, if you want to call them that. They're just, you know, sharing with you the stage, because although they were not physically on the stage, they were there because I looked at it as a big stage. And so it was a great experience. Afterwards, you know, the congratulations you got, and then you kind of realize that, you know, the life you live, the daily activities you do, is and has been recognized. And as a result of that, the honor was, it was honored to be honored. So that was a great experience. And I'm looking forward this year to be in a different role, to actually delve into your book and present excerpts that I think the man in the street can relate to and associate with. So looking forward to a great Saturday afternoon.
And before we go to Dr. Juan, you know, his perspective, because he's just got a shift in role as well. You know, Dr. McCook, we had a conversation. You're going to be talking about safe havens. And is there anything you want to, a little bit of,
reading the material, Dr. Lax, there were other folks' experience that we actually going to be sharing. And it kind of reminded me of even some of the things in my life that I've gone through. So it's relatable. It's relatable. And folks out there who are watching, I don't want to give it all away, but very detailed, very, very, very pointed, very intentional. Those are the words I'm going to use. So at least it can, jog your memory a little, or your brain, and say, you know what, we really need to come and hear the actual meat of the matter. So I think the book was well written. I was amazed. And you and I met over the weekend, had a little breakfast there, and we really realized that these are the things that the man in the street, as I say, is going to be able to associate with. Is going to be able to help them to. It's like a reality check, and say, yes, this is where I am. This has happened to me, and this is how I get from where I am. Because a lot of time we feel that we're isolated in experiences, but we're not. We're all a common bond with similar experiences, but just hearing it from someone else, I think it's going to be a good time.
Thank you for sharing that. Before we go to Dr. Juan, we're going to keep you on hold a little bit there, because Donna, there's something that Donna always say about this book, and Donna, you can share what your thoughts are. You always say something about turning the page and where you.
Oh my gosh, Every time I have to talk about the book, I get like, like when you get goosebumps. I'm sorry. I get goosebumps, right? And I start giggling because it is such a masterpiece of work. It's something where I encourage anyone who's going to purchase the book. And if you haven't purchased the book, you need to go ahead and just purchase your book, right? Because this is a book where anywhere you turn in that book or that moment in time that you are in, and trust me, it's going to speak to you. And when I say for that moment in time that you're in and you open that book, it's going to speak to you. It's not necessarily a book that you read from beginning to end, but if you choose to do so, you can do that. You can read it from beginning to end, and that's perfectly fine. But throughout your days, going through your days, if you get to a point and something is just kind of not feeling so right, and you open that book, I'm telling you, you're gonna land right where you're supposed to be for that moment in time, and it's gonna speak to you based on whatever it is that you're experiencing at that moment, whatever you're feeling at that moment, and it's gonna help you to get through that moment. So that's the kind of book this is. Don't ask me how it ended up that way. I don't know if Dr. Stephenson has some magic potion or something.
You know what is interesting,
But
right?
that's this kind of work.
You know what is interesting? It ended up that way because it was meant to be that way.
Yeah.
And I'm reminded, when you go to church and the pastor start to preach, and he's talking about me. That's the effect of it. That's all this is. I can't see you turn to any page, not just to a chapter, and not find something in there that you need to know.
Yeah.
It's that kind of book. And it's powerful stuff. Well, Dr. Juan, now the first colloquium, you was a collaborator in another powerful book, and that book is available. And I'm going to post a link. A Colloquium with Purpose, In Pursuit of Purpose, powerful book. And I'm going to post the link in the chat. In fact, I posted the link for if you want to purchase your ticket. I posted the link in the comment section, and I also posted the link to purchase the book on our website. Why do you want to purchase it on our website? Because I'll be able to sign it. If you purchase it from Amazon, that will not happen. That will not happen. So I will post a Colloquium with Purpose, In Pursuit of Purpose, but that's another powerful piece of work. And Dr. Juan, you're in that book, and your story is impactful, if I say. So tell us, you have changing roles here, right? This time you're an honorary. Yes. How do you feel?
I feel good. You stated this earlier, and listening to Donna, I looked it up, the colloquium, and of course, like she said, it is a formal meeting or conference where people discuss a particular topic. I didn't know what that word was until I attended this event. Well, till now. But that's what it felt like, being in a gathering or a conference, if you will, amongst like-minded people. And to be a collaborator of I call it a movement, because that's what I believe it is. It was rewarding. It was refreshing. It was encouraging. And so to go from that to now being an honoree, I feel on top of the world to see the behind the scenes work, and see the heart of the visionary, and to be acknowledged in such a way is truly rewarding. I like Dr. McCook kind of touched on, you start doing this work because your heart is for serving others, and you don't do it for any type of I would say gain, in the sense of you receiving something, right? And so to be acknowledged for the work that you've been doing for some time is pretty rewarding. So I feel good. It truly is, like he said, an honor to be honored. So I'm appreciative.
Donna, maybe one day we will be honored.
Huh?
Maybe what? Oh, last year you was an honoree.
Oh yeah, last year you
got you on that one, right? That
You
was
did.
awesome. And Dr. McCook earlier he talked about scholarships, and
Mm.
so far I believe we're doing five,
5,
nine
6,
of those,
7, 8, 9.
those cash money. There's some generous people out there, and it's not our money, of course. But two of them we're sponsoring directly from A Collision with Purpose, and seven of them are sponsored by friends, generous people. Now, we're still looking to help one other student. It came to my attention that there is a student in Jamaica who's in pain, financial pain, and otherwise. If you're feeling it financially, you're hurt in other areas as well.
Yeah.
So we are looking any amount you can come up with if you're listening and watching this broadcast, jump in and help if you can. We're not actually soliciting, we're just telling you there is a challenge. There's an individual who's challenged right now. So if you are in a position and you can help, hey, help, right? No better way to help than to help, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
No better way to help. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we talk a little bit more about scholarships.
I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I wake up in the morning and I praise the Lord. I thank Him for His protection, and I walk in His steps, declaring that today's provision is set up for me. I love God and I love my friends. Kid, I'm a boy kid. I'm a boy kid. I'm a boy kid. I put on my armor and I read His word, blessing come out of my mouth. Cause I know to whom I belong, I am bold for Christ. Holy Spirit dwelling within me, carrying His presence wherever He sends me. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. Loving others as He told me to pray for healing, miracles to see, knowing my identity in Christ, He is in me. I am a bold kid, He loves me, standing firm on His word, proclaiming everything I heard, not afraid because He is with me. Be bold. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. Put on my armor and I let His word blessing come out of my mouth. Because I know to whom I belong, I am bold for Christ. Holy Spirit dwelling within me, carrying His presence wherever He sends me. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid.
Right, welcome back to Bridging Generations, Voices of Men and One Woman. Donna, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us tonight. Anytime you come on and in our presence, it adds something to it. And one will always say, it just brings some light. And
Always.
Well, thank you for having me.
so it's light that we all need, right? We're living in some challenging times, and in fact, it's called Bridging Generation, Voice of Men in a Changing World. And what a changing world we're living in, right? All kinds of uncertainties out there, but guess what? We have a responsibility to hold ourselves, to prepare ourselves to win. And that's why we have chosen the theme of hope, positivity, and purpose. Because of course, if we're the A Collision with Purpose, we couldn't live our purpose, could we?
No.
Given. Let's talk a little bit more about scholarships. Donna, can you share? We're going to be giving 2 scholarships to Kenya. Why is that so important for us to look out for students in Kenya?
Oh my gosh. Well, looking out for students on a whole, right, is so important because they are our future. If we don't invest in our future, we are in trouble. So we definitely need to invest in our children and look out for our children, whether it's biological children or by extension. As far as for Kenya, we're, of course, we're building foundation in Kenya. Collision with Purpose is building foundation in Kenya. And that is also an area like other countries, right, where so many children are struggling. You have a high rate of orphans, parents who have passed, uh, children, family members are not able to take care of them, so they're left as orphans. And it's kind of like, a lot of the schools, they're so dilapidated, the education, it's just really, really challenging. It's very difficult. So helping to support where we can there, even if it's just one or two or three children, is very meaningful. And of course, the young lady whose children have benefited from our scholarship for Kenya, she is a cancer fighter currently, and it's just a tough time for her to send her children to school and to provide for her children. So us being able to come in and at least bridge that gap a little bit has really helped her a lot, to where she's, of course, grateful for the assistance, where her children can continue to go to school while she's fighting, trying to be well. So that's very important right there, especially those two children that we have sponsored.
And I should add that the scholarship is for the duration of them going to high school, all the way through high school.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a one semester or one term thing. It's walking with them, to see them through high school. And let's see what happened after that, right?
Right.
It could be a case where it's college. Let's see. No commitment there yet, but with the foundation, a Collision with Purpose foundation that we are building, all of those things are possibilities, because that foundation will deal specifically with scholarships for students or in need. And Dr. McCook,
Yes, sir.
we're looking at doing, right now we have two we're doing in Jamaica.
Mhm.
Right? One is going to be in Westmoreland, and one is in your favorite parish.
Thanks a lot.
Why is it so important? Because I know your organization, GIFs, you're big on giving back to students.
Mhm.
Why is it so important for us to be looking out for students in Jamaica?
As Donna said, a student is a student wherever the student is. They are our future. And, I've been here for so many years, or most of us, except one was here, born here. But we come to a place like this, and we do well enough. But they always say you got to remember your roots. And we have traveled, Dr. Lax and Donna, we've traveled to Jamaica. We've helped out Little London and all that stuff, the school there. And when we see the impact that it has on these kids, we may not be giving a whole lot, but just the mere fact of giving has made their lives much better. And they're the foundation. They're the foundation for Jamaica, and maybe one day they'll travel here and they'll be maybe in a program like this. Maybe that's the future. They're the ones we're preparing to sort of take over. So it's always important, and the kids need help. We all know recently, not to get into any politics, but certain benefits or certain aids that we would normally get there has been either taken away or reduced. So I think it's even more important for us now, as private 501c3 organizations, to focus and see where we can fill the gap. We've been filling the gap there. We've had conversations that the Ministry of Education in Jamaica is there to do their part, but we as private citizens, the ministry cannot do it all. So we like the scholarships, we have identified these individuals, and we're going to make sure if it's two at a time we can do, we'll do it. It's better than doing nothing. So I look forward, to that. GIFs, as you know, we're recognizing kids there, the high school choirs, the TVJ all together sing competition, and that's another way of giving back, trying to help those that are there who may be future good citizens in Jamaica. They are musically inclined, and that's where the GIFs, because it's a music entity, we sort of put or partner with them. So kids are always part of my heart. The bold kid. I feel like a bold kid tonight. And I
Yeah.
think being a bold kid, the song just said it, we here are the bold kids looking out for the future.
Well, our friend just popped up backstage. I'm not even going to hold on any longer to bring her on. But she will have something to say about scholarships and the importance of giving back to students. So let's bring her on.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, Tammy.
Welcome.
Hey, well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. Can't wait to see you all on Saturday.
Yes.
It's cold. You see, I'm on turtleneck today. It is so cold. What is going on in Georgia?
I think it's happening everywhere.
I think so, but it's extra cold here today.
Well, let me add that Tammy is our good friend. She's been on the show many times. We didn't even bother to introduce her. She's just going to jump straight into the conversation. Tammy, we're talking about scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it so important to look out for these students? Right now we're going to do 2 scholarships in Jamaica. We're doing 5 at the event center, which is at Shiloh High School. Students in attendance, we'll just do a raffle, and it's a money thing. We give it cash. Donna said we give cash money to these students. And we're doing 2 in Kenya. So you can jump in on the conversation and tell us, share with our listeners or audience, why is it so important for us to look out for these dreamers, these young leaders?
And that's the big word, is the dreamers, right? So I went to high school. I went to Wilmer's High School for Girls, and I was on a scholarship at Wilmer's. So our Old Girl Association was one of the people, the New York chapter, funded me going to high school. And also I was a bank recipient from a scholarship from Mutual Security Bank as well. So it's very important that we invest in our children, and the monetary investment is great, and we also have to support them as we go through this process. So as we help students, they then don't have to worry about it, what they're going to be doing in college, what they're going to be doing anywhere that they are, whether it be for high school. For people in Kenya, sometimes it's just going to school that they need that payment there. In Jamaica, it's the same thing. We have school fees, we have tuitions that need to be paid. So it's very important for us to give back and help these children, because it makes them even more successful. They don't have to worry about what they're going to eat, school books to be bought. There are different things that these scholarships help. And that's why it's important for us to continuously sow into them. And because they become the dreamers and the doers after they finish dreaming, they're actually going to be doing great things in our community. So we're building the community one by one by having these children be a part of it. And it just says that we believe in them. So it's very an integral part of education in itself. Wow. And the former educator is a big thing for me.
Is there such a thing as a former educator?
I guess not. I was told this weekend, I did another message this weekend. I was a keynote speaker for an organization, and they say, you are a true teacher. You can tell you're an educator just how I was talking to everybody. It's like, I guess we don't. This would have been my 25th year of teaching in the classroom. So I guess I'm still in the classroom, and I'm excited, just to give back and have these conversations.
And not to mention that the world is a classroom, right?
That's true.
It's a real classroom with serious life implications, right? Right, mm-hmm. Dr. Juan, you are an educator as well. So I know what Tammy is saying, resonates with you.
Absolutely.
I met a young lady.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Dr. Juan.
No, I was just going to agree. There's so many factors that affect, academic success and performance, and a few of those things are, just living situations, responsibilities, financial concerns, and oftentimes, we talk about this a lot. My team at the academy is that it's so easy to see to label a student an issue behaviorally. And not take the time to figure out what's going on at home, and if they're starving, if they don't feel safe, and so many other things, then it's a challenge for them to focus, on academics. And so So I say that to say, like, just being able to provide scholarships and stuff like that, it helps relieve some of that pressure and that stress, you know, that they don't have to carry, and are able to focus on their academic performance. So that's why I love this whole idea of providing scholarships and just helping that remove that financial barrier between them and their academic success. It means a lot.
Social emotional learning is very important, and scholarship
Absolutely.
Social emotional learning. So today, when we talk about those pressures, I was working with 5 different families who are unhoused. We have one of the highest unhoused populations here in Gwinnett County. So when we think about these children are going to school hungry, going to school come from a motel room. They're going to school with nothing in their bellies, on their backs, things like that. So when we talk about these scholarships and how much it does not just helps that child, it helps an entire family, and then in turn helps the community. So when we understand what is going on with that child, as Dr. Juan says, we have to dive deeper and ask those questions as educators, as community builders. What is going on with that child without prying? Because we can't just say he's a bad child or they smell or whatever it is, because that child may not have had the opportunity to have a shower. You know, we had one family today, their gas was off, and we had to go and pay the gas bill because it's 22 degrees tonight. That's going to happen, and that house has no gas, and that child has to go to school tomorrow morning. So we talk about the importance that these scholarships will absolutely play in their lives and their survival overall. So we need to know that we when people give to organizations like your organization to give to, and it helps, that one, every mickle makes a muckle is something we say in Jamaica. One cocoa full basket. It's just that each person, if they gave just something, doesn't have to be a lot, but your something amounts to a lot for somebody who has nothing at all.
Absolutely. And you know, we're just a pass-through organization. You give it to us and we just pass it on.
Absolutely.
The end user, and that's the students, right? We don't sit on it, we don't hold it. It's not going to serve us to do that, right? So, Tommy, you know, you will be having a display at our colloquium. Can you, first of all, tell our listeners, what do you do?
I think day by day this now changes. I am an entrepreneur. I am a keynote speaker, but my day-to-day job is I'm an artist and a curator for a gallery. It's K. Alexander Galleries. We have in Montego Bay currently, where we exhibit artwork from people within our community. So we import artwork from Jamaica, and we curate these spaces in community building, in underserved communities most times, where people can't afford to go into the city or go into somewhere to see artwork, but they're seeing high level, high caliber artwork in those spaces. One of the other things that I do is that I go on and have talks with organizations about how important the arts are, because we still we're taking that out of our curriculum, but we don't understand the integral part that art plays. Because somebody who is nonverbal, somebody who is a second language, as English being a second language, can communicate through art. And so it's very important that I go and I speak to people, the change agents within organizations, to understand not only for our students, but for employees as well, for their employees as well, that they need this creativity. So it's called Talk with Tamara that we have, and I go and we do these things where operations is discussed. So I wear many hats, and that's why I'm always in a hat. People always say, "You're right." Yes.
You're wearing one tonight.
I'm wearing one tonight.
In fact, Donna is wearing one. I'm wearing one. You're wearing one. Dr. Gary and Dr. Juan, where's yours?
I missed the memo. I'm going to get mine on Saturday.
Okay,
So
I'll definitely
have a hat on. Go forward.
Also,
I have some hats available for Saturday. So yes.
And interestingly, you know, if you're watching and listening, will watch the replay, you will see why we're honoring Dr. Juan and Tamara Gammon. Speaks volume. You just listen to her talk, you can see why we're honoring her work.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I appreciate being here and being honored. It's me alone though, of Dr. in front of my name, so it's okay. I listen, and I applaud all of you for having it. So the one thing, education is very important, and as we move forward, we know why this colloquium is happening. And yes, there will be artwork. I am working on it. I cleared my studio today. As you know, I'd been out for 4 weeks from being sick. My dad was sick, but I am on it. You will have pieces that people have never seen before at this colloquium. So the studio is clear, and I will be diligently working the next 3 days on them, because I will be at the Crown Plaza the day before you. They have invited us to do an exhibition there as well.
Right, you're busy.
Yes.
Talk to us, Dada.
4 p.m. Tamara, you got to be there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
I will be there early. I have an event before that, but my team will be at that event. I'm just going to say hello. So I have 2 events on the day of the colloquium, but I will be there. You have been on my calendar since last year. Nothing will change, and the pieces will be ready to go. And so we'll have 5 new pieces there. We will have one that will directly impact the scholarship. So when that piece is sold, it will go directly to a student. So we want to make sure that we are putting all that together.
Okay.
And we have it. Yes.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of the things that you always do, when you leave something behind. When you attend these events, you always leave something behind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's your thing, and we appreciate that. We really do. All right, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we talk a little bit more about the colloquium. All right, let's take a quick break.
Of hearts that strive through fire and flame, they find their way, becoming iron where courage holds sway. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction rising even higher, displaying strength in the fiercest fight, becoming iron, shining in the night. Faces the darkest night, the empowered man fights with all his might. The resilient man stands unwavering and strong. The inspired man knows where he belongs. Together they rise, conquering fears, becoming iron through trials and fears. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction rising even higher, displaying strength in the fiercest fight, becoming iron, shining in the night. Becoming iron, shining in the night. The brave man faces the darkest night. The empowered man fights with all his might. The resilient man stands unwavering and strong. The inspired man knows where he belongs. Becoming iron knows where he belongs. Becoming iron, shining in the night. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction rising even higher, displaying strength in the fiercest fight. Men becoming iron, shining in the night. The brave man faces the darkest night. The empowered man fights with all his might. The resilient man stands unwavering and strong, shining in the night. And the tales of old and the battles new, convictions light sees them through. From abysses deep to the morning light, they becoming iron in the endless fight. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction rising even higher, displaying strength in the fiercest fight. Men becoming iron, shining in the night. In the tales of old and the battles new, convictions light sees them through. From abysses deep to the morning light, they become iron in the endless fight. They become iron in the endless fight. In the tales of old and the battles new, convictions light sees them through.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back to Bridging Generations, Voices of Men and Two Women in a Changing World. All right. And how about that song? How about that song? How about that song? Men becoming iron,
Yes, yes.
right? And we need to be iron these times. We
Iron
got to,
sharpens iron too. You know, you need iron,
Yes.
there we
Yes.
go.
and it's very
There we go.
important.
Yeah. I was having a conversation with Dr. McCook, the resilient man, and we're talking about the role he's going to play in this anthology, which is by invitation only, right? Becoming Iron. And his story is going to be about that resilient man. And man, he's got a story to tell.
Yes, yes.
Here.
Coming soon, coming soon. Yeah. Just want to commend our special guest, Tammy Gammon. For those who are watching here and around the world, right? I have been to exhibitions that Tammy has put on, and I can remember the last one I went to. There was this canvas, just a white canvas standing there on a, like an easel or something, and it was amazing that she was talking to us, and when she was talking, her hands were moving, and we're wondering what is going on here. And by the time she was done with her little chit chat with us, there was a piece of art there for us all to. It was so amazing, and I'm not sure if it's freestyle, you call it, Tammy, or whatever you call it, guys, but maybe we won't see it on Saturday, but make sure Tammy's going to leave her information with us, and you got to check it out. It's amazing. Amazing young lady.
Thank you. Yes, this abstract expressionism is just based on what's going on in the room and the crowd in itself. I tend to paint whatever is going on and flowing through me. And so I don't often, 90% of my paintings are not planned. And especially in a live setting, it's just what comes to mind, the audience, etc. And yeah, I think that's one of my tricks is that people never, I just normally put the background down and then all of a sudden there's a painting and they're going, okay, how did that happen? And so it happened again on Saturday and people are just like, you were just talking to us through everything else. Like, how is it that we have a full painting during this time? But it's all about practice. And talking about iron sharpening iron, I know it's predominantly men, but when we talk about that is that we have to sharpen our skills. And as we continue to do so, it's important for us to be the person who understands what their purpose is and be purpose driven. And so that's one of the biggest things that I practice in itself.
Purpose driven. Iron sharpens iron. Dr. Juan, we're doing some other things. What about entertainment? We'll be having musicians. We'll be
yes.
Saxophone player. He's coming in from New York. My former bandmate. He's coming in to bless us. And we'll be having a guitar player. We'll be having a singer. And Donna, what else is going on for entertainment?
I think that's what's on the agenda now, but it's still evolving. So hey, there might be some surprises on Saturday.
There might be some surprises.
We're not going to turn it out into a concert though. But we have some other things to do. But we'll have, we're looking to have the spoken words as well, and maybe some dancers. So we need to talk to Shiloh High School folks there to see if they can, live up to that commitment and deliver. Last year it was amazing. We had 2 poets, and they were just amazing. One from the school, and one was a collaborator, and just amazing stuff. Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. So, Donna, tell us what else we need to know. Well, not us here, but those folks out there listening. What else do they need to know?
Okay, so for all that's listening, we still have some seats available. So if you have not purchased your ticket, first and foremost, go and purchase your tickets. Right? It's only $60, and I'm telling you, what you're getting for $60, it's so much more value than $60, to be honest with you. You're getting a copy of Daily Insights plus everything else that is coming with the Colloquium. So, it's a small investment to make in yourself that could potentially change the trajectory of your life. So you definitely want to go ahead and have a seat in that theater come Saturday. Now, doors open at 5 p.m. I would say try to get there early because at 6 p.m. sharp, it's showtime. So if you're late, you're going to miss something.
Tell them again, Donna. Tell them again, please.
So I'm telling you, I'm giving everyone an entire hour before.
Mm-hmm.
We're
And,
open at 5.
and you need to be there for the black carpet event.
Yes.
There you go.
We're not doing red, we're doing black.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you definitely want to be there. We're going to, and it's also going to give you some time to, we're going to have vendors. So it's going to give you time to, check out what the vendors have, some of our vendors. If you want to get some, items, you can do that. Tammy's going to have her art on display. So give yourself time to walk around, network, meet people, and just socialize. It's the event is all a part of that as well. So I encourage everyone, just come early so you don't have to rush and feel rushed or anything. So you can just be like, I'm here, take a deep breath, relax, and just enjoy your evening. You don't have to feel hurried. So that's what's actually happening. It's going to be a fun event. Of course, we are going to have our honorees that will be honoring. We're going to have our entertainment, and we're also having not just the student scholarships, but we're going to have a number of raffles that will be taking place throughout the evening. So you definitely want to come in and, be a part of that. You never know what you're going to win. It could be some kind of surprise out there for you.
And we will have some giveaways.
Yeah.
We'll have some giveaways as well. And we have some good stuff to give away, some powerful, impactful stuff. As much as we want to sell tickets, I want to see students there. And students are free. There's no charge for students.
Students are free.
More important, it's important to buy your tickets, of course, but we want to see students. We want to see students. Load it up with students. Invite students. They attend for free, and we're raffling 5 scholarships, cash money. So and they must be in attendance to win it. And
money.
That's somebody's name, right?
Yes.
Cash money in the house. Yeah, well,
Show me the money.
So we're raffling them, and we will do that towards the end of the event. And all of our donors who donated the monies will present these scholarships to these students. So we'll just be bystanders on the stage, right? Right, Donna? We want the people who are doing the work, who are doing the giving, we'll let them give it.
Yeah.
And user as well. And we believe that's how it should be done. So students. If you have a young, what's the age group down? High school down?
Yeah, high school, even your college students.
College
students, they're eating oodles and noodles too, so.
They are, and we're here to do what we can to make sure that they're eating something else that day, next day, and the next day, right? So that's what's up. So invite. Buy a ticket. Parents, if you come with your student, you got to pay. You got to buy your ticket.
Yes.
You can't piggyback on your.
Well, then maybe a college student. They're like,
I don't think that will work.
I know. We'll talk about it on tomorrow. We have Speak Harmony tomorrow, so Sharon and I will be on air tomorrow. So that's my other job now. On Tuesdays, we are on Speak Harmony with Sharon, the host, and the co-host for Speak Harmony. So we are definitely a big supporter of what you are doing, and so we will have that be a part of our show tomorrow as we kind of talk about it for a quick second. But we're excited to be there. Sharon will be there as well, and so we're excited, and we're grateful for you, to you and Dr. McCook for putting together our song. Every time I listen to it, I'm like, is that my name coming up on the song? And so, we are grateful, and this is what partnership is about. This is what supporting one another within the community is about. And so we graciously thank both of you and Ms. Donna as well for being and having us on the show and having us be able to come to the colloquium and support in whatever way we can.
Absolutely. So tell us about Speak Harmony again. It's on at what time, and how can folks out there get on and check it out?
So we are on at 7 p.m. on Tuesdays, and we are on APAP Radio, APAP Media on YouTube. So you can, and then you can also stream from my platform, from K Alexander, or from Facebook through Tamara Gammon. So we will attach all that, and we can send that to you. But Speak Harmony, Sharon Thompson is the host. I'm the co-host of the show. We come in, we talk about topics that matter to our community. We bring on community leaders or everyday people who are change agents. And we have very deep conversation. No topics are left off. And so we want to make sure that we are giving the voice to the voiceless, and being a big part, and advocacy is also a big part of what we do. So like today, she and I work together today as we help those unhoused people and create some furniture, some household items that they needed, because some of them actually left with a shirt on their back, and so they had nothing when they went into these temporary or permanent housing. So we talk about those topics that people don't want to talk about, the uncomfortable things, and we are going to show up in spaces. So stay tuned for the great things that are to come. And again, we thank you for your support in these early days, because as we grow, you grow, and we expand this whole network and the community.
One network, right?
One network.
One big network, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just need to make it bigger so we can bring more people under the tent.
Absolutely.
We're into big tent business.
Absolutely.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thanks for sharing that. Speak Harmony tomorrow at 7. And interestingly, Patrick, Sir P, he's the one that will be doing our business on Saturday.
Oh, awesome.
He's our guy, and always it's an amazing job. And he's the same one behind GIFs as well. So it's one big tent. It's one big tent, right?
He's amazing. And
amazing.
So we have that. And meeting of the minds is when we talk to business owners and entrepreneurship. So a part of Speak Harmony is meeting of the minds, when we talk about entrepreneurship, expanding the network, and understanding how to create wealth, and just generational wealth. That we talk about that. So
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Donna, we're going to be in the studio at APAP tomorrow, right before the show. Yeah, we're meeting Patrick.
Oh, so you're coming on the show? Are you trying to tell me that you're coming onto my show without saying you're coming on the show?
We'll at least be in the studio for sure.
Oh, that's where we're going?
We might get a sneak look.
We may just have to tape before the show, behind the scenes of the show, as we get ready. It's like, good to know. I will speak to my co-host after this.
We're in there. We're in tomorrow.
In the building.
We're in tomorrow to go over the details. So Dr. Donna is producing the Colloquium, and she is decorating, designing. And I must tell you, last year, working with her, she surprised me, because when I showed up, I was like, "What the heck is going on here?" And Donna she's got some. She don't tell me anything, by the way.
She's creative. We talked about this. She's a very creative woman. Her creativity is a little bit different than not painting. Remember the conversation we had? So my expectation was nothing less. So when she told me what she'll do, I said, okay, I'm going to in, so I know what paintings I have to bring, what will mesh with what's going on. So I'm excited.
Yeah, but I know it's going to be just an amazing. When you walk in there, right? You're going to be blown away. I remember when I walked in last year, I said, when did all this happen, Donna?
For sure. Mm-hmm.
And she's not telling. That's the thing. She's not sharing, right? And Donna, sharing is caring. You got to share.
No.
I mean, I have shared. It's going to be decorated.
Exactly. The shock and awe. And
if you notice, her sleeves are long. She keeps things up her sleeve.
Up her sleeve.
She can't do everything.
It's gonna be decorated.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Okay, that's good enough for me. We went to what you call that place we went to today, Donna, the awards place, and everything is looking good there. Man, we're set. We're ready to go. It's about
I'm
to
excited.
go. It's about
Christmas
to go.
morning, Dr. Juan. We're waiting for the presents. We're like, we see the tree up and all the gifts are under there. And we're like, can we just take a peek and see what's in there? And he's like, no.
Yeah, we're working on our final, all our little final things.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the theme is what? Hope, positivity, and purpose. There's a reason why, right? Just look around you and you'll see why. Just look around you. Look to the left, look to the right, look straight ahead, look above, and you'll see why it needs to be hope, positivity, and purpose, right? Anyway, so we're drawing down on time. Tammy, final thoughts from you, please.
Keep hope alive. It says, heights of great men reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight. There, while their companions slept, were toiling upwards through the night.
I grew up on that in Jamaica. Yeah, used to recite that before you go to bed. Big stuff, right?
The behind the scenes that Donna is doing, all the behind the scenes that you're doing right now. We will see everything come to daylight and come to light on Saturday.
Everything to daylight. Whoa, yeah. Donna, final thoughts, please.
Oh my goodness. My final thoughts is just to tell everyone, go and purchase your ticket. You do not want to miss this event. You really don't. You don't want to be one of those where someone is telling you about it or you're wondering, that happened to a lot of people last year. So don't be in that bucket this year. Go and get your tickets tonight. So you can have that experience.
Don't meet us there, beat us there.
Sharon said anxiety. Wow. Anxiety running hot. All right. Thanks, Donna. Dr. McCook, final thoughts.
Okay. I like to come from a biblical, we talk about networking and all that stuff. There's networking in the Bible, and I sort of looked it up, and it says networking in the Bible is the practice of going out to meet people and form relationships with the goal of serving God and others. So let's do that as we leave here tonight.
Lately you've been dropping them things on us, You've been dropping them. Donna, that organization we're thinking about starting? Repurpose Ministry. Maybe we have. Anyway, let's move on to something.
Reverend Dr. Okay.
Let's move on.
Foundation.
So this is what I'm thinking. I'm on my website here, and I'm thinking, anyone out there who having any doubts, any concerns about their situation, just know this: I am enough. I have enough. I will live fully without regrets. And it's on our website, on our event page. And again, it's all about hope, positivity, and purpose. So show up. You don't want to miss this thing. It's not ours. It's the work. It's the work. We don't own it. It don't belong to us. We're just the ones who are shepherding this thing through right now. So Dr. Juan, you're the man to close this thing. Do your thing, brother.
Look, we're always honored. Thank you, Tammy, for being on. More light and radiance that you've added along with Dr. Donna. So we appreciate it. To our listeners and followers, like, share, comment, because we do read it and we appreciate sharing. But, I want to leave with this. We talked a lot about, the colloquium, but it's really about a collision with purpose, right? And oftentimes, as Dr. McCook touched on, scripturally, the Lord sends us as a light into dark places. So Francis Bacon said this: in order for the light to shine so brightly, the darkness must be present. And so oftentimes we shy away from the darkness, or we fear it, but it's there so your light can shine bright. So a lot of times your purpose, the very purpose, is for you to go in and shine brightly. So don't shy away from the darkness. Don't be afraid of the shadow. It's only an indication that your light is present. So shine on. You don't have to do everything, but as long as you do something, so let your light shine. And every week you'll catch us Monday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. We look forward to your comments and your likes and shares. You have a good evening.
I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I wake up in the morning and I praise the Lord. I thank Him for His protection, and I walk in His steps, declaring that today's provision is set up for me.